To the Flight Sim Hub. Hopefully you saw our original video on the British Airways Airbus A321 stop sign.
That is not good, you have to cut that out.
Today you are joining us at Los Angeles International Airport, where we'll be taking our very first domestic flight in the USA with none other than American Airlines, with an upgraded seat, the main cabin extra. We spent over an hour at the in-and-out situated just outside the airport doing a little bit of plane spotting before dropping off our hire car and heading into the airport to find an almost 2-hour delay waiting for us. Whilst today's flight was scheduled to be just 1 hour, our original departure time was around 7:45, so we were keen to get over to Las Vegas to make the most of our 3-night stay. Our aircraft, November 456 Alpha November, a 3-year-old Airbus A321neo, was on its way over from Philly. I'd hoped for something a little bit more exciting in the States, perhaps a 757 or an Embraer regional jet, but I suppose the A321 will suffice. After a few drinks at the airport's Rock Bar, it was time to board, with a new departure time of around 9 PM. The aircraft felt ridiculously spacious and clean, with a welcoming cabin crew, and this was also my first time seeing a true domestic first class, something that inter-European flights really don't have. So what about our upgrade? Well, the seats themselves are the same width and size, but with a little more legroom, typically up to 6 inches. There was tons of room in the overhead bins and under the seat in front of us. Our seat had USB power on the rear of the seat in front of us, and a full socket underneath our seat, along with American's great intranet-based entertainment system, which is accessible from your own device. I thought the seat to be fairly comfortable, and I'd happily have sat here for a little longer.
Uploading the last of the bags. Quick flight over to Vegas tonight. Wheels up, wheels down, 42 minutes, 29,000 feet. Just a few little light bumps as we cross over the mountains tonight. Current weather there in Vegas, showing clear skies and temperatures of 102 degrees currently. Once we get airborne, I'll give you an update on that arrival time, gate arrival in Las Vegas. For now, welcome aboard.
Despite already being pretty delayed, we managed to pick up a further 10-minute delay during our taxi to the runway. Before long though, it was time for our flight crew to give those CFM engines some power, and in what I think to be the shortest takeoff run ever, we blasted from Los Angeles like a fighter jet. Chill out, George, mate. It is only an A321. Who can blame us for being excited though, especially after a few drinks in the airport. Speaking of which, we move on to the main event for the main cabin extra ticket. Complimentary drinks and snacks. There is, however, a slight spanner in the works. No drink service was done on this flight. Those up in business did get some wine, but nobody ever came into the economy cabin at any stage. Our flight time was pretty crazy, just 40 minutes, and since the flight we discovered we could actually go up and request drinks, but it just never occurred to us. My shortest flight prior to this was with EasyJet to Jersey from Manchester, and I think that maybe took 50 minutes, and the cabin crew were able to do a full drink service on board, despite a busy flight. So with main cabin extra costing an extra $25 to upgrade on this flight, in the future I just wouldn't bother. However, for longer domestic flights in the US, price dependent, I definitely would. In contrast, EasyJet are after nearly $40 for extra legroom on an inter-European flight in a few weeks, and their cabin feels nowhere near as premium as Americans does. So before long we made our approach into Las Vegas, and the runway here is so long that our deceleration felt like I was pulling into my driveway, opposed to slowing down in an airliner.
seatbelt sign is turned off, and keep the aisles clear of all carry-on items. Take a moment to check your seat back pocket for any personal...
So American Airlines really made me smile, with the cleanliness of the aircraft, the friendly crew, comfortable seating, in-seat power, but the upgrade to cabin extra here was completely pointless, and I wish it had been made clearer to us that either we had to request drinks, or that this flight was simply too short for a drink service. It seems dishonest to sell these seats with the whole complimentary drinks offering and then not provide the service on board. Whilst editing this video, I had a look back on some footage from my last flight with Ryanair, and yes, I get it, Ryanair is probably more akin to Spirit or Frontier in the States, but on this particular route that AA was offering, it was actually the cheapest option. When in the UK does somewhere like BA offer cheaper flights than Ryanair? It's just crazy comparing the difference in cabins. I think the race to the bottom in Europe really has killed passenger comfort for flights under 6 hours. It's absolutely crazy. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this, head over to our channel and catch the trip report on the BA A380 to find out what we believe to be the best economy seat on board. Thanks ever so much for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.